Hello friends, today we are going to learn a new poem. Poem's name is Grandma Climbs a Tree, which is written by well-known Indian poet Ruskin Bond. His contribution is very important to enrich our English literature. This poem, Grandma Climbs a Tree, is a descriptive poem. This poem is a very simple poem. This poem is a lengthy poem. In this poem, Ruskin Bond tries to give information about his own grandma's habit, which is a unusual habit or actions of his grandma. In this poem, there are 6 stanzas, and now we concentrate on the first stanza. My grandma was a genius. You would like to know why. My grandma was a genius. You would like to know why? Because she could climb a tree spreading her high. She would be up their branches in a trice, and mind you, when last she climbed a tree, she was 62. Ever since childhood, she had this gift for being happier in a tree than in a lift. My grandma or grandmother was a genius. Genius means that is a cleverness. Cleverness, hushar, genius. She had such a quality that is a genius quality. She was a clever. My grandma was a genius. The word my is a refer to whom? That is our poet Ruskin Bond. My grandma was a genius. The poet says like that, my grandma was a genius. Why she was a genius? Now we are going to find out. And the next line is a very important. My grandma was or grandmother was a genius. You would like to know why she was a genius? Do you know why she was a genius? The word you is a refer to the reader. You reader means you are reader. Or the listener, reader, listener. My mother was a genius. You would like to know why she was a genius, why grandma's mother was a genius. He told everything in the next line. Why she was a genius. My grandmother was a genius. You would like to know why? Because, answer is given here. Because, why she was a genius? Because she could climb trees. At the age of, now her age was 62 years old. And in that the age, she had habit of climbing a tree. And now here, she could climb trees. She had a habit, she was fond of climbing a tree. She was fond of climbing a tree. And so here, according to poet Ruskin Bond, she was a genius. Why she was a genius? Because she could climb trees. Spreading or high. Which type of trees? Spreading. Spreading, which is the spread. And we know that the branches of the trees are spreading. You go to the mango tree. The trees of, that is a mango trees. You see the branches of that is a mango, yes, are spreading. And another one is that is a high trees, short trees, high trees, what it may be. She could climb a trees in an easy way, in a simple manner. Yes, okay, no problem. She was fond of climbing a tree. Because she could climb a trees, which type of trees are there or were there? Spreading and high. She would be up there branches in a thrice. Thrice means in a thrice, already given in your glossary. In a thrice means very quickly, in an easy way. Yes, she could climb a tree in an easy way or in a thrice. She would be up their branches in a thrice, and mind you, समजून घ्या लक्षात. Yes, mind you, when last she climbed a tree, she was 62 years old. Yes, the Ruskin Bond said like that. When last time when she climbed to the tree, at that time her age was 62 years old. 62 years old. It is, you see, the habit of our grandma. When last she climbed a tree, she was 62 years old. Ever since childhood, she had this gift. This gift means which gift? She got a gift. Which type of gift she got? To climb a tree in an easy way, in a thrice, in a quick manner. And she learned to climb a tree since her childhood. Means from her childhood, or since her childhood, yes, she was climbing to the tree. Ever since last, she had this gift for being happier in a tree than in a lift. And she was very happy when she climbed to the tree than in a lift. Yes, she was not interested to go there or up with the help of the lift. No. She could climb to that tree. When she could climb to that tree, she was very happy. She's very happy. And so here it is a meaning of the first stanza. Now we concentrate on second stanza. And though as years went by, she would be told that climbing a tree should stop when one grew old, and that growing old should be gone about gracefully. She would laugh and say, well, I will grow disgracefully, I can do it better. And we had to agree, for in all the garden there wasn't a tree. It is a second stanza. And though as years went by, means year after year is always gone. Yes, year after year, days after days, month after month. Yes, it is a continuous process. Continuous. Time and tide wait for none. It is a continuous process. As years went by, she would be told that climbing tree should stop. And the someone means his relative or the grandma, that is our Ruskin Bond's relative or Ruskin Bond also, other who said that. Well-wishers, hitachintak. The well-wishers are the other, that is a relatives. She would be told, तिला सांगण्यात आलं काय, that climbing a tree should stop when one grew old. Yes, it's natural, we say that. Naturally, when someone grew, yes, it is not a good thing to climb to that tree at the age of, that is a 62 or 70 or what it may be. It was not a good thing. Yes, it is a problematic for that the old person. And so here, she would be told that climbing a tree should stop when one grew old. आणि मग कोणीतरी वेलविषर हितचिंतक असतील, त्यांनी सांगितलेलं होतं की तू आता चढायचं नाही, झाडावरती चढायचं नाही, कारण म्हातारे व्यक्ती आहेत, कुठं तर झाडावर चढशील आणि पडशील खाली, like that here. That climbing a tree should stop when it grew old. And the reply, yes, when he grew old, that growing old should be gone about gracefully. Yes. In your old age, our old age should be, yes, gone about gracefully. Yes. You lead your life, in your life, old life, gracefully. Gracefully, not disgracefully. आणि म्हातारपण हे नेहमी आनंदानं घालवायचं असतं. डिसग्रेसफुली, हॅपीली, ग्रेसफुली, दॅट इज हॅपीली, आनंदानं घालवायचं असतं. दॅट ग्रोईंग ओल्ड शुड बी गॉन अबाउट ग्रेसफुली. शी वुड लाफ when well wisher said to that our grandma, and at that time we know that her age was 62 years old, and it was problematic for her, for grandma. Everything was told to that our grandma by well-wishers, by his relatives, Ruskin Bond's relatives. What was the reply of our grandma? It's a very important here. The reply of the grandma was like that. Well, I will go disgracefully. Well, I will go disgracefully. I can do it better. No doubt. It is possible for me, according to the grandma. I can do it better, no problem. I can do it better. Well, I will grow disgracefully. आणि मी वाढलेलं आहे. मी असं डिस्ग्रेसफुली कधी किंवा स्मूथली असं नाही मी वाढली, रफली वाढलेली आहे. I will grow disgracefully, not gracefully. According to her, according to the grandma. And now here she said that I can do it better. Means she had confidence. She had a confidence. And now here, I can do it better. Yes, I can do it better. According to that is our grandma. And we had to agree. Yes, we had to agree. For in all the garden there wasn't a tree. Yes, she said that, yes, I can do anything. I can do it in a better way, in a good manner. Yes. It means that it shows us, this line shows us, yes, she had a confidence, but it is not good. It is not good. Why? Because she was old woman. Her age was 62 years old. It was a problem for her. Maybe problem for her. Suppose she would fall from that tree, what will happen? So here, we had to, one day what happened, yes, one day means she was adamant, hatti. She was adamant. And now here at last, his family member, Ruskin Bond's family member or the well-wishers had to agree, and means they had given permission to that our grandma. Why they had given such a permission? Because in all the garden there wasn't a tree. आणि मग त्यांच्यात एक गार्डन होतं, त्या गार्डनमध्ये झाडच नव्हतं. आणि झाड नसल्यामुळं त्यांनी काय केलं होतं, तिला परमिशन दिलं, येस तू झाडावर चढू शकतेस. बट व्हॉट हॅपन हियर इन देअर गार्डन, येस देअर वॉजंट अ ट्री, देअर वॉज नो ट्री और ट्रीज. No, and so that's why they had given permission to our that is the grandma. And so here, now here we concentrate on the stanza number 3. She hadn't been up at one time or another, having learned to climb from a loving brother when she was 6, but it was feared by all that one day she would have a terrible fall. The outcome was different. While we were in town, she climbed a tree and couldn't come down. She hadn't been up at one time or another. She hadn't been up at one time or another time, having learned to climb from her loving brother when she was 6. Means yes, she learned how to climb to that tree. Her loving brother taught her how to climb to that tree. At that time, her age was 6 years old. Means from her 6 years old, she learned that how to climb to that tree. And who helped to that the skill of grandma? her loving brother. At that time her age was 6 years old. Means from her 6 years old, she learned that how to climb to the tree. And here one time or another time or second time, third time, she learned everything. She tried a lot to climb to that red tree. And who helped to her? Yes, her loving brother helped to that is a grandma, poet's grandma, Ruskin Bond's grandma. She hadn't been up at one time or another, having learned to climb from her loving brother when she was 6 years old. But it was a fear by all. That one day she would have a terrible fall. But it was a fear by all. All means who? Family member of Ruskin Bond, our poets, well-wishers, hitachintak. All members were feared. It was a fear by all that one day she would have a terrible fall, and they feared. One day what happened? What will happen? Yes, she would terrible fall from the tree. Definitely she would. It was a fear in their mind of well-wisher, mind of that is a grandma's family members. But it was a fear by all that one day she would have a terrible fall, and the outcome was different. आणि घडलं वेगळंच. मनात होतं कधीतरी पडेल ती, सांगण्यात आलं पण ऐकत नव्हती, पण कधीतरी पडेल असं वाटत होतं. बट हिअर आउटकम वॉज डिफरंट. वाईल वी वर इन टाउन, ज्यावेळेला आम्ही नगरामध्ये राहत होतो, शहरामध्ये राहत होतो. यस, वेर वाईल वी वर इन अ टाउन शी क्लाइंब अ ट्री. Now the poet described one incident about that is a grandma, family member, well-wisher, told her again and again, do not climb to the tree. She was adamant, haughty. She did not listen to others. And now here, the outcome was different. While we were in town, she climbed a tree and couldn't come down. And one day what happened, when the poet's family member, including poet, were lived in a town, that time she climbed to the tree, but what happened? She couldn't come down. Why? Because she was old, and it was impossible to our grandma to come down from the tree. The problem was created there. And so now here we concentrate on the next stanza. After the rescue, the doctor took a granny's temperature and said, I strongly recommended quite a week in a bed. We sighed with relief and tucked her up well. Poor granny. For her it was like a brief season in a hell, confined to her bedroom, while every breeze whispered of summer and dancing leaves. After the rescue operation is going on in those days. After rescue from the tree, it was impossible to our grandma to come down. And their rescue operation was going on. Other family members were trying to help her to come down. Means that is a rescue, release, muktata. Tila mukt karण्यात आलं, तिला खाली उतरण्यात आलं. After a rescue, doctor took a granny's temperature. Yes, and doctor came. They called to doctor maybe. And doctor came and they took a temperature of a granny, and said, I strongly recommended a quite week in a bed and advise He advised to Granny to take a bed rest 1 week. Quite a week. Bed rest. She needed bed rest. Maybe she became a weak. When the doctor took a temperature after that rescue, and he advised to Granny or family members to take a bed rest in a quite week. I strongly recommended quite a week in a bed. We sigh with relief. We means family member, well-wishers. We sigh with relief and tucked her up well. Sigh, S-I-G, sigh means deep breath. आम्ही जरा उसासा टाकला, तिला काही झालं नाही, बरं वाटलं. Yes, we sigh with a relief and tucked her up well. आणि तिला गुंडाळून ठेवलं त्या बिछाणामध्ये. Yes, tucked her up well. Poor Granny. Now the Granny becomes very poor. Poor means not garib. Not a garib. In Marathi that is. Yes. Poor bichari. Poor means here bichari. Why? Now she became the poor. Why? Because she needed a rest, and now she was means all family members tucked her up well. Up means in a bed. We sigh with a relief, tucked her up well. Poor Granny, for her, it was like a brief season in hell. It was like a brief season in hell. Hell means narak. And her room was now, she was confined to that bed. She was lying to that bed. She needed a rest in quite a week, according to the doctor, and so that's why she was lying. She was confined to the bed. And here the room became, that is a hell for our Granny. आणि ती रूम म्हणजे जणू काय एक नरकच असं वाटायला लागलंय, तिला बांधून घातल्यासारखं असं वाटायला लागलंय. She felt that. And now here it was like a brief season in a hell. And one figure of speech is given here, that is a simile. That is a simile, the comparison between two things. That is a hell and that is that the room or the bed, which is that bed in a room. It was like a brief season in a hell, confined to her bedroom, and now she was totally confined to in her bedroom. Her bedroom became hell for our Granny. And the season, that is a brief season, means short season. थोडा कालावधी म्हणजे 1 आठवड्याचा कालावधी त्याला दिलेला आहे त्या. आणि ती खोली म्हणजे जणू काही नरक वाटतोय, कारण हिला सवय होती. सी हॅड एन हॅबिट टू क्लाइम्ब टू द ट्री टू एन्जॉय हरसेल्फ. येस, टू एन्जॉय everything. Means here such a the bedroom became a hell for our Granny. She was totally confined to her bedroom. While the every breeze whispered of summer and dancing leaves. While every breeze means वाऱ्याची झुळूक. Means here the every breeze or the whisper of summer. Put name summer. Summer means that is the हवा, खेळती हवा म्हणतो. उन्हाळ्यामधली जी खेळती हवा आहे summer. And the dancing leaves. आणि पानं जे हलतायत, म्हणजे वातावरण जे आहे ते उत्तम दर्जाचं आहे. आणि हे सोडून आता तिला एकाच ठिकाणी काय करावं लागतंय, कन्फाईन राहावं लागतं, एकाच ठिकाणी राहावं लागतं. Confined to her bedroom, while every breeze whispered of summer and dancing leaves. She could not get the good climate or the breeze or whispered of summer or the dancing leaves. She could not get. And so here. Now we turn to the next stanza. But she had held her peace till she felt stronger. Then she sat up and said, I will lie here no longer. And she called for my father and told him undaunted that house in a treetop was see what now he wanted. My dad knew his duties. He said, that's all right. You will have what you want. What do you want, dear? I will start work tonight. This stanza is very important here. Her position was a very bad position. Now she was confined to that bed, and so the problem was her. But she had held her peace till she felt stronger. Yes. And now here she felt stronger after some days. After some days she felt stronger. She had held her peace till she felt stronger, and then afterward, when she felt stronger, after that, what was the activity of that is the grandmother of a poet? Then she sat up and said, I will lie here no longer. Here means where? In that bedroom. She said openly to that family member, yes, I lie here no longer. मी इथं राहणार नाही. When she felt stronger, त्याला बरं वाटायला लागलं. She felt stronger and stronger. She said that, she replied that, I will lie here no longer. No longer, she said that. She called for my father. She means who? Grandma, poet's grandma or poet's grandmother. She called for my father. My father means whose father? That is our Ruskin Bond's father. Ruskin Bond's father, it means that grandma's son. Grandma's son. Grandma's son means who? Poets, that is a father. And now here she said, she called for my father and told him undaunted. Undaunted means without hesitation, निसंकोचपणे, की त्या वडिलांना म्हणजे सांगते, सरळ सांगते वडिला, सॉरी दॅट इज त्याच्या आपल्या स्वतःच्या मुलाला सांगते, म्हणजे याच्या वडिलाला, कुणाच्या? रस्किन बॉन्डच्या वडिलांना सांगते. विदाउट हेजिटेशन, undaunted. She called for my father and told him undaunted that house in a treetop what now wanted. And she said, I want a house in a treetop. She said that it was a demand of Ruskin Bond's grandma. She said to her son, I wanted, that is a new house on the top of a tree, That house in a treetop was a nasi, what now wanted? And then the reply is a very important activity of Ruskin Bond's father or grandma's son. Yes? My dad knew his duties. My dad, whose dad? Poet's dad, Ruskin Bond's dad. Dad knew his duties. What are the duties? You also must know that. What are your duties? Now you are in home, already you know that. My dad knew his duties. He said, that's all right. Means my dad, means whose dad? That is our Ruskin Bond's, that is the dad. My dad knew his duties. He said, that's all right. And he was also at last agreed. It was a duty of her son. And then he said, Ruskin Bond's father said to that is a grandma of our, that is our Ruskin Bond. You will have what you want, dear. You will have what you want, dear. I will start work tonight. You will have what you want. Okay, no problem. He agreed. Ruskin Bond's father agreed to her. And then he was ready to build a new house on the top of a tree. You will have what you want, dear. The word dear is a refer to that our Ruskin Bond's a grandma or a granny or grandmother. You will have what you want, dear. I will start work tonight. And he was ready to work or task, to complete a task for that the night. And here he was also, here he performed his duty as a son. And so here now he will start such a work tonight. Now we concentrate on the next stanza. With my expert assistance, he soon finished the core, made her a treat house with windows and a door. So granny moved up, and every day I climb to her room with glasses and tray. She sits there in a state and drinks sherry with me, upholding her right to reside in a tree, upholding her right to reside in a tree. Means here, with my expert assistant, already we know that the grandma's son, it means that the Ruskin Bond's father took his responsibility, and he knew very well what are the duties of his son, her son. He knew that. Ruskin Bond's father knew that what are his duties. What are his duties? He knew very well. No problem. And so that's why here our poet Ruskin Bond said like that, with my expert assistant. The word my is a refer to that the Ruskin Bond. Ruskin Bond's friends or the assistants or the expert, and with the help of the expert, he soon finished the core. Core means that is a task. Task means work, karya kam. And now here his father, Ruskin Bond's father, finished his task. What was the task? To build a new house on the top of tree. It was a task of his father, Ruskin Bond's father. It means that grandma's son. And now here, with my expert assistant, he soon finished the core, made her. What was the task of his father? You see, made her a tree house with windows and door. And now here Ruskin Bond's father made a beautiful house on the tree top of the tree with the windows and the door. Made her a tree house with a window and door. And after that, she was very happy. Grandma was very happy. Why? Because she got a new house on the top of a tree. And so then, what was the activity of grandma afterwards? So granny moved up, and every day I climbed to her room with a glasses and tray. And then after that, the grandma turned to the new house. She was living in the new house, which was made by her son. It means that grandma's son, or that is the Ruskin Bond's father. So granny moved up, and now every day I climbed to her room with glasses and tray. And now it was the routine or regular duty of Ruskin Bond is that Ruskin Bond provided everything to our granny. And now here granny or grandma was living on the new house. I climbed to her room. The word I is a refer to Ruskin Bond. Ruskin Bond said like that, I climbed to her room with glasses and tray. Glasses and tray. Sometimes he provided food. Sometimes he provided any drink. Sometimes he provided the different types of glasses, utensils. Everything he provided. Who provided? That is a Ruskin Bond. I climbed to her room with the glasses and tray. She sits there in a state. She sits there. There means where? On the new house on the top of a tree. Top of a tree. She sits there in a state and drinks sherry with me. She drinks sherry with me. Me means the here. That is a Ruskin Bond. Ruskin Bond. She drinks sherry. Sherry means it is a type of drink. It is a type of a yellow or brown colored wine or the drink. And she had such a habit. She had such a habit to drink sherry. with, that is our grandma. It was a regular routine on the top of tree. Drinks sari with me, upholding her right to reside in a tree. And it was her right. Right means हक्क. Right means what here? हक्क. आणि तो तिचा हक्क होता. Upholding her right. What was the right of our grandma or granny? To reside in a tree. To reside. Reside means वस्ती रहने. To reside in a tree. It was her right. It was her right to get to the grandma. And now here she was very, very happy. This poem is a very simple poem to understand. This poem is a very important for your examination. You read the entire poem stanza by stanza. You try to understand its meaning and write its answer. So many the questions are given here. You try to write the all questions answer. Thank you very much.